So, did the Preds play tonight? It's only been one day, dude. They deserve some well-deserved rest after that thrilling shootout victory last night. Let's go. Did the Preds play tonight, Johnny? Nope. Try asking me again another day. Alright already. Do the Preds play tonight? I know you missed them. This is just how the schedule works. Don't worry. They'll be back. Okay, Johnny. It's been 3 full days. The Preds must have played tonight. Nope, not to worry. The Preds took the night off. Wait, what? I know why you're all here. You want to see me get angry. You want to see me delve deep into yet another disappointing Preds loss this last month and dive right into the deep end and go right at them. But I do not want this to get lost in the shuffle right off the hop with only 4 more regular season games to go after this one. I want to say thank you. Very classy move by the Tampa Bay Lightning to recognize retiring broadcaster Terry Chris, who, if you didn't know, was the Lightning's very first coach in franchise history. And I didn't even know this factor. He was hired 30 years ago today in that position. So it was very classy that they recognized him and honored him for how he helped hockey to first grow in Tampa 30 years ago. I'm hoping the hockey gods above are having me get these rants out of my system now before the Preds make the playoffs in just over a week, if they make the playoffs, because the Preds lose yet again in another frustrating fashion, 6-2 to the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa, Florida, Saturday night at Amalie Arena. If you don't count last season's unbalanced schedule where the Preds played each other's teams in their division 8 times, 4 at home and 4 on the road. The last time the Preds even lost in regulation in Tampa was December 13th, 2013. So I guess they're due, but did it have to be by this much? After the Preds got so much help on the out-of-town scoreboard with New Jersey winning in Vegas, the Dallas Stars losing all 3 games on a West Coast Canadian road trip in regulation, would it have killed the Preds to have been a little bit more respectable and shown the league, other teams, and maybe even the fan base that they want to be in the playoffs? Nope. They were never in this game. I love the new game that has developed amongst Preds Nation with every game of even debating now who should start each game, as Saros has played so much down to the nubs before this game with just a handful of games left to go in the season. This weekend's back-to-back Saturday-Sunday games is the second last of the back-to-backs, so there was a hot topic of should it be Rittich or should it be Saros? I was in the group in the fan base who thought, yes, Saros should start this game. You don't want him to get too cold. It's been 3 full days off since the Calgary victory, so he should be more relaxed, not overworked, since he didn't get a lot of shots in that game. And Minnesota back home at Bridgestone tomorrow. Rittich has already beaten that team. Minnesota has not beaten you this season, so I felt comfortable having Rittich in mind. I hope he's in mind to play that game. And I will add on to what I just said, Rittich better get that game. I will fully admit I was okay with Saros starting both Chicago and St. Louis to a fault because there was no traveling involved. There is no reason why Saros should start tomorrow. Save him for Calgary on Tuesday. As for this game tonight, I do realize that Tampa is the 2-time defending champion for a reason, and they're just chomping at the bit to get right back at her a week from Monday to try and make it 3 in a row. But come on, Preds, show me a little bit more work ethic and tenacity than you did in this game. With the exception of the Calgary game on Tuesday, you are playing more like a lottery team, just playing up the string. Preds haven't won even 2 games in a row in just over 2 weeks, and haven't won 3 or more games in almost 2 months. This team's mantra is to win one, lose one. Win one, lose one. win one, lose one, and hopefully back yourself into a playoff spot. Well, you know if you do that, because you very well might, because Dallas hosts Vegas on Tuesday, and those teams are both behind you, so both teams can't gain on you. And then Vegas finishes the season at St. Louis, and St. Louis, you hope, still has second place home ice in the first round to play for against Minnesota. You know what could end up happening to this team for the first time in playoff franchise history? If they make the playoffs, they might get swept. How much confidence am I supposed to have in this team's engine that it's just supposed to be a flick of the key to start her up next week if they make the playoffs and they have to face Calgary or Colorado in the first round? Because I have zilch to nada confidence that they'll do anything. The Preds showed no confidence in a game, in a building that they get pretty good road representation in, because it's so easy for Preds fans to travel from Nashville down to Tampa. The only place else they usually get as good as representation is in St. Louis. Lightning were the better team from start to finish, no doubt about it. They were perfect on the power play. They laid out more blocks. The only thing the Preds can take any saving grace in this game is that they still won more faceoffs and laid out more hits. The Preds' bread and butter this season, fisticuffs, they couldn't even do that right, as Jan Ruda kicked the crap out of Nick Cousins in a third period fight. Now, that all being said, I'm relaxed, I'm breathing now. The Preds, because of other teams' incompetence compared to them the last 2 weeks, should get the Preds into the playoffs. As I said earlier, Dallas and Vegas play each other in Dallas on Tuesday, and both those teams are either behind the Preds, or with Dallas winning Saturday against Seattle, they are tied at the Preds in points, but the Preds have one game in hand on them. So technically both those two teams trail the Preds in the standings. So by only one of those two teams gaining 2 points, you burn a game in played by the other team. And like I said, hope that St. Louis game hosting Vegas next Friday means something, so that St. Louis will want to win it and not rest people, so that they can have home ice versus Minnesota in the 2-3 matchup of the Central. Now, this rant you just heard me give may be all for naught because of who is coming to town tomorrow. The Minnesota Wild, who may be one of the best teams in the Central, but they have not beaten Nashville even once this season. They don't even have a point out of 3 different meetings. 3 different Preds goalies have beaten this team. If the Preds somehow can go for a full 4-game season sweep against the Wild, they should be comfortable enough to make the playoffs with 95 points, considering that games ahead with teams that trail them in the standings. Then they have a Calgary team on Tuesday that will have nothing to play for, as they have their division locked up. Then you have Colorado on Thursday in Denver. They have their division locked up. They could very well have no chance at the President's Trophy as well, because Florida might have it clinched by then. And then, if worst comes to worst, you have Arizona, who loses to everybody on Friday. If you screw this up, it's the championship of screw-ups. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it, despite lackluster efforts like this one tonight that this team loves to give us sometimes. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Predemption. Preds Nation, get ready. Stretch yourself out. Get ready to jump onto multiple other teams' bandwagons this week over the next 6 days.